They'll be calling you a radical. The salmon collapse is in earnest. Epic as I'm tracking it daily. This is what killed it. This is what killed it. So, I want to get as many videos as I can out here. We're going to lose this magnificent view. Growth for the sake of growth. The ideology of cancer shells. More Walmarts. More Rosses. More Chinese imported goods. The salmon right now. So, I'll post this. You've got to read this on the Klamath. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. So they're meeting in Portland today, starting today. They meet all week on making this decision. Now, I'm going to send this to Eric Oppenheim because I'm friends. Now, Dennis Oppenheim, the incredible, famous conceptual artist, Dennis Oppenheim, this kid's named Noah Oppenheim. They're from there. I know Eric. You know, Eric went to high school in Idaho, believe it or not. And so that's me and him in front of the MoMA doing all that work. So they're running at less than 2%. Now, hear me out on the Columbia. Last year, they said too much water. Remember? Too high. They're just coming late. When they rejected at 2.3 million, they came in at 480,000. And that's by number, not by weight. They're coming in shriveled up. So I talked to my whistleblowers in NOAA in Oregon yesterday. They were on the boat all day with the NOAA insiders from DC were there. They're on the boat all day. This is the best fishermen in the world. I'm telling you, these guys eat, sleep, they're half salmon. Tim and these guys, that's all they do, their whole life. You know, the Klamath, the Rogue, the Deschutes. I mean, these guys eat, sleep, drink salmon. Not even a bite. He says they haven't even seen a fish catch. Not even, as they call it, an experience. So last year, too much water. Now this year, they're saying not enough water. So 2016, it was too just right. The blob. Scientists are mystified. They're baffled. They're puzzled. They're stumped. They're perplexed. I mean, this is blown out. So you got to read this in Klamath. This will blow your mind, this article. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen. They're going to reopen it on the Klamath. So Noah himself, Oppenheim, who's the guy running, the video that I'm showing him in collusion with those fishermen, that's him. That's him. I was there in Northern California. I got kicked out. I got run out of town by the police. They're meeting in Portland. You'll protest about protest and protest. God's gates God, God's gates God. But God forbid you'll protest the death of the Pacific Ocean via these mad freaking nuclear monsters. So, I want to address this before I get to the salmon numbers on the tariffs. I disagree with everything Trump. I can't stand him. He's a racist. I mean, he's disgusting, but he gets in on these tariffs. He's right. And his rhetoric on Amazon's absolutely correct. Look up Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is the son of who? His father was charged with statutory rape at Los Alamos. He was a Los Alamos nuclear physicist. He's one of the guys that put the bomb together. That's right. That's not his real last name. He was adopted. I mean, becomes the billionaire. I mean, it's amazing. Similar theme, 1916. On nuclearism. So, the tariffs. Can you people really look up trade imbalance? I want you to look up a trade imbalance post NAFTA, TPP on Balco, post NAFTA. I want you to look it up. We're going to lose this beautiful view. Growth for the sake of growth is the ideology of cancer shells. We got some seagulls around today. Oh, that's why. This is why. Oh, that's what they got to eat. They can't get out on the Great Salt Lake right here because it's empty and dry. So, urban animals they've turned into. So the salmon numbers. So the Klamath, they're going to open it. So get this, they're saying emergency opening. They're going to have an emergency opening because this is the pressure the fishing industry is putting on these fuckers. It's all revenue run by the Chamber of Commerce. This is important. Now hear me out. They have to have 40,000 minimum in the Klamath. Klamath's the second biggest. 40,000 minimum. 10-year mean is 200,000. So they project last year a catastrophe. 2016 projections came in at 5%. The Willamette right now is running at freaking less than 2%. Growth for the sake of growth. More cars, more freaking fast food joints, more Walmarts, more Papa Murphy's, more, I mean, it's disgusting. You seen that house that little short midget lives in? Overcompensation. So they're saying, oh, they had more than they thought, and they're accusing the upper tribal, the lower tribal of gill netting units. They had a total of 18,500. That's an abundance when the minimum they need is 40,000 just for the breeding stock. What? What? It's a catastrophe. So now they're still, these maniacs are still basing their numbers on projections versus escapement. They're basing the numbers on escapement. Hello, it's not escapement. You can release all you want. You can put all the hatcheries you want. The ocean's poison. They call it the pasture, radio ranching. It's poison. They're not coming home. Fukushima killed the luminescence. It broke the chain. Hello, hello. Fuck. So, these numbers are pathetic. So, I'm posting the numbers every day with the tribal, and the reason I'm using the Shoshone and the Blackfoot is because that's where their breeding grounds. They came all the way here. That's the reception. That's where they're born. Right here where I shot those videos with the natives. That's important stuff. So, what a time we live in. Tariffs. Look up the trade imbalance. We're going to get a trade war. Okay, what are we going to freaking trade war? We're going to put tariffs on pork and soybeans. That's really our exports? Look how much, look what the trade imbalance has done post NAFTA. I want you to look it up. You seen the fucking debt lately? You're insane. Tariffs are good. Tariffs are good. Yet, I mean, this propaganda, you could see these oligarchs write this narrative on these local news. Oh, God, terrible trade wars. The only thing we export is pigs, literally. And war and bombs. I mean, you fools are, I mean, I can't believe how economically ignorant this country is. They can't tell a number from a billion from a trillion to a Google to a dollar. It's pathetic. So, these numbers are a catastrophe. They're running right now on the Columbia at less than 2% of the 4-year mean, at less than 2% of the 10-year mean. Remember last year it was water too high. This year it's too low. Too just right. Growth for the sake of growth, the ideology of cancer cells. We'll lose our beautiful view here like we use everything, at least in our lifetime. So, it's a catastrophe. I want you to read this article. Abundance. They're actually going to open it when they got to have 40,000 and they had 18,000. Oh, that's hooray, yay. Noah himself says the only freaking good news I have. He knows. He knows. I've talked to him. He knows. They'll know. I'm all over these guys. ODFW, WDFW won't even talk to me. They're too busy with their freaking 2015 fucking rape. The guy raped a bunch of women and they just gave him an early out. That's what you do. Corruption. I mean, this state in Utah, I mean, the whole country is so fucking corrupt. These hair-sprayed masquerade party fuckers can just steal, loot, and rob everything they want. And you just stand by. I mean, it's sad. I mean, we don't count dead tide pools. I do. We don't count dead fucking people with bone marrow transplant centers. Oh, I do. We don't count dead whales. Oh, I do. We don't count fucking... we count salmon, every last one of them. They go to sea on average of 5 years. On average of 5 years. The collapse started in 20... I'm the only one on Earth that predicted this. It blew out of the mean. You can do the regression all you want. Record returns in 2015. The acute collapse of the Pacific Salmon. Hypothesized by the prophet Blanche. Fuck it. It's going to give you cancer. It's going to give you cancer. I mean, I hypothesized my own fucking cancer. Diagnosed my own failed aortic valve. Fucking. For you can't fucking handle there's a person like me. Son of Cassandra, kicked into the sea. First came the god of salmon. Stand tuned.